Let's see. How nervous were you on your first haircut in barber school?
I was nervous, man. It's funny, I didn't cut hair outside of school, so it was legit. First haircut in school was my first haircut ever. It was on my boy Mark Roman, and it was nerve-wracking because everybody is on the sides looking at you, and it was like, ooh, like.
How long did it take?
It took a while.
More than 4 hours?
Yeah.
First off, tell us your name.
My name is Mateo Arias.
Mateo Arias.
Yes, sir.
Okay, where are you from?
Originally, I'm from Buena Park, but now we stay out of Long Beach.
Out in Long Beach. How you liking Long
sir.
Beach?
Yes, sir. Love it, man. It's cool. Not too reckless, not too quiet. Just the right amount.
Okay, nice, real subtle. Okay, what shop do you work at?
We out here in Hermanos in Cypress, California.
Okay, how long's the shop been out here for?
Man, I believe we opened in 2014, so we're going on about our 8th year now.
About an 8th year? That's
yes,
a long time.
Yeah.
It's a real long time. How long you been busy cutting for? The reason we're here.
Ooh, you know what? We started barber school back in 2018 of March. Ever since then, worked out in Laguna, Marietta, and then since September of 2020, we've been out here again. So it's been cool.
Do you have any jobs before you became a barber?
Yeah, man. Dude, right out of high school, we worked at a Mongolian food place. So in the mall, I was big homie cooking it up with the big old chopsticks. Worked at Amazon. During barber school, I worked at Forever 21. That used to be out in Huntington Beach, right off of PCH. So did a little something here, a little something there. But yeah.
Okay, you finally settled on something you like.
100%. Love it.
Any family or friends that were a barber or stylist?
Yeah. Oh, you know what's funny? My dad used to cut up back in the day. Never really like professionally or anything like that, but as a little kid, we would have to like wear the trash bags as he would like death grip the head and try to cut our hair and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, the bowl cut.
Yeah.
The bowl cut.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Yeah.
When did you decide to make this transition of getting your barber's license?
You know what? Out of high school, I didn't know what to do with my life. I was just trying to figure a way out. And my mom actually, she was being an esthetician at the Paul Mitchell School, and she advised me like, oh, you know, they have a barbering program. And I was like, well, I like being in the barbershop. I like what it feels like to get a haircut. So let me go take a tour of the school. Went to the Paul Mitchell School out in Costa Mesa, and it was truly something that I could see myself doing. And I just took a chance, and ever since then I fell in love with it, and it definitely hasn't eased up since.
Okay. Did you consider the apprentice program? You know anything about that?
No, you know what? I heard of it afterwards, and I was like, damn, I can make money while doing this? But I'm glad for the road I took. I was able to meet some cool people, and definitely was able to hurry up and get out of that school faster. So to even learn the woman's haircut side of things too, with the color and everything like that, it's something I don't take for granted.
Okay, what was your initial reaction to school? Because I know Paul Mitchell is mostly known for cosmetologists, and they just implemented the barbering program. So how was it knowing that it's going to be predominantly cosmetologists, but they're kind of sliding in the barbers?
You know what? I didn't even look at it like that. I remember meeting our main barber instructor, Freddie Razzo, and to really see dudes just dedicated to the craft, to see how much freedom there was within it, that's what I was more looking for and everything like that. I didn't honestly expect nothing. All I knew about barbering was just about getting the haircut. So to really just dive in, everything was just so fresh, so fun. Even like the women's cuts, all that stuff, like it was fun. I still do it to this day. So it was cool just to like not expect everything, and then you get everything back.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the curriculum as far as what you guys learned?
You know what? If I paid attention, it probably would have been cool. But it was nice to like, sometimes when you gotta learn how to swim, they push you in the deep end and everything like that. To really just like, however much you wanted to get out of that school, you had to push for it yourself, whether it was like looking on YouTube, whether it was like cutting hair outside of it. Like whatever you had to do to achieve that goal of just perfecting your craft, like it was all on you. So it was cool that how wide of a curriculum there is. They did provide you with the tools, but it was like, all right, you have the tools, now go do whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty much self-taught.
Yeah.
You have to be able to learn to adjust and adapt on your own. Tell us about shears, because I know a lot of barbers just think that it's just hair clippers and it has nothing to do with shears, but the shears, that could make or break a haircut depending on the details.
100%. It's interesting. Like everyone wants to see a clean fade, which is nothing wrong. That's great and everything like that. But then if you don't know how to cut someone's hair on the top of the head, they're gonna look like you have a big old Lego piece on the top. Like nobody wants that.
Absolutely.
So to really marry the two and just like make the cleanest cut possible, it's like you definitely got to invest to make those crisp, precise lines. Your thinning shears, of course, so that way you could really intricate certain things to really make it just so textured and free, and just like make it something to where like if I cut someone's hair and I wouldn't want to wear it, what am I doing then? Yeah, so I want to give that person the best feeling possible.
Okay. What about the doll heads? Did you go through a lot of doll heads while you were in school?
Yeah. That was a tricky part, especially with like a fade. Their like pores are so uneven, the skin color and everything like that. It was a trip, but thank God we're not doing that anymore.
No, you don't have any doll heads at the house?
Nah,
stashed away?
No. Yeah, I'll practice on myself before I do another doll head. Yeah.
Let me see. What about learning color on women's hair? I know that's kind of frowned upon. A lot of barbers usually don't do that, as far as like color on women's hair and getting to women's like using hair products and all that stuff. Did you think it was beneficial, and do you use it to this day?
I think it is very beneficial. I think from a lot of barbers' perspectives, even my own, it's just a sign of like, it's just me being lazy. I just want to learn how to do a clean fade because that already takes so much time into learning, perfecting. So I didn't even think about coloring hair until like recently. So now I started like trying to color hair on my own. If the friend's brave enough to try it, it's like, okay, cool, I'll get the product. So you just like, let me just use your hair and everything like that. But all of it, it's like, it's just more chances to connect with people, to really just like, it's a vibe, no matter if it's a guy, girl, whatever the case may be. Like it's fun, it's cool.
What about the cuts? Do you cut women hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still trying to learn how to straight iron the hair afterwards to really get it precise, but it's fun. It's like I feel like as my job, as not only just a barber, but as a person, whoever walks in that door, I want to be able to help them out. I want to be able to serve them the best way possible. Whether they have long shaggy hair, whether it's just like a tight like bowl cut, like whatever that person like is like vibing with, hey, let me help you out. Let's see.
Okay. Let's see. How nervous were you on your first haircut in barber school?
I was nervous, man. It's funny. I didn't cut hair outside of school, so it was legit. First haircut in school was my first haircut ever. It was on my boy Mark Roman, and it was nerve-wracking because everybody is on the sides looking at you, and it was like, ooh, like. I thank God he didn't take it hard on me because I know it was probably rugged looking. But yeah, I was nervous.
How long did it
take? It took a while.
More than 4 hours?
Yeah. Yeah, at first he wanted to fade, but then everyone around him was like, oh, do a mohawk. And I'm just like, shut up, man. Like, I can barely do this right now. So, yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of peer pressure.
Yeah.
On your first haircut. What about the most challenging haircut to learn?
Ooh.
Outside of like mid fades, low fades. And
Right.
Like,
to really think about it, something I've been having fun with, and it's like an interesting tackle all the time now, is like mullets, drop fades, and everything like that. Because that's where like, yeah, like you have like a clean like taper burst fade on the side, yeah, but like it's really all about how wild the hair is on top, how free it is and everything like that. So to like really focus on the two, but they're on two separate things, but to like make it one, it's been an interesting tackle, but it's fun. So it gets me excited to do them whenever.
So what's your relationship with fading? I know it takes a lot, and it takes a while to learn how to fade. Patience and time.
Right.
A lot of new barbers coming in just looking at YouTube videos, just thinking they're just gonna get fading automatically after watching 2 videos or not. So what's your relationship with it? Like, are you like confident at that level? As far as like every fade is like kind of consistent. I know everyone can't be consistent,
right?
But I know even seasoned barbers still don't think that they have it down yet.
Yeah.
You know, because it's always that eye test plays tricks on you.
And you know what? I think that's the key word that you said, that not striving for perfection, but consistency. Because, yeah, I could give someone a really clean fade one day, but if I can't duplicate at least the same amount of level to that, then it's like, well, what happened then? You just raised the bar so high to where it does get easier after each person, but to really understand your tools, understand that person's head shape, divots in the head, contortions, anything like that. Like it definitely does take time, but as it progresses, I feel like you just get more used to the challenges instead of like you just like cutting up for the first time. I mean, like you notice those like lines in the back of someone's head, you're like, oh, like yeah. As soon as I do that, it's just a huge dark spot. So then you like freak out. Like you just get more used to those challenges, I would say.
Okay. Did you feel like giving up at any point in barber school? Just like frustrated that the haircuts weren't coming out right? Because you know, as new barbers, you just wanted to just pop and look fresh,
yeah,
just like that. But like we just talked about, it's a process.
Yeah, and I think that I feel like I just barely started getting like actually enjoying my haircuts. Mm-hmm. Like to really, you need to have like that competitive like sports mentality where it's like you just have to keep on going and going and going. And at first, when you first start cutting hair, you're ignorant to like how much, like how clean it is, how whatever it is. So you're just like, oh, okay, like this is dope. Then you see someone the next to you, see someone on Instagram, and you're like, oh, I'm trash. And then it was just like a complete up and down. And so like you get comfortable with yourself. You get comfortable with your clientele to where it's like, oh, yeah, you know what? Like now after trying out so many different things, you actually get the hang of it now. Yeah.
Okay. So overall, barber school was a good experience?
It was. I definitely met some good loving people, and it's nothing like it. There was nothing like it. I did like half a semester of community college, but like other than that though, like to really see so much walks of life and so much like different like age ranges and everything like that. I was like 20 at the time, so like I was like the little baby compared to like most people. Then some people were even younger than me, so just to see someone so dedicated with like a common goal, like it was beautiful. It was inspiring.
Okay. So after barber school, you took the state board after you got your certificate. So what was that like? Tell us about the state board process, because you were still under the same guidelines of the practical and the exam, right?
Yes.
Because I know they just are trying to phase out the practical and just give the exam.
Yeah.
So what was that experience like for you?
It was nervous. It was nervous, not because I was unconfident in what I was doing, but to have to be out there. If you're like a minute late, they weren't able to accept you. So you're up early, you gotta drive all the way out to Glendale from out here, which isn't so bad, but still though, it's a little something. And to have that room to where everyone has been in school for at least a year to 2 years. Now it's like it felt like your life was on the line. If I don't get this, I'm a fail. And to really just like have their nervous tension be on you, it was so hard for it not to like get to you. So even in the practicum, I just made sure to keep a straight face. Don't look to your left. Don't look to your right. You've been doing this for well over a year. Like if you can't do a straight razor, like what were you doing the whole time during barber school? So like for me, it was just like accumulation of everything that I've put like my heart and soul into. And definitely that they called you up whether you're a barber or Cosmo, and you had to wait in this long line. And I just happened to be the last person. So to hear the 4 people in front of me, I heard a pass and then like 2 or 3 fails like right in front of me. So I was like, oh no, like that's it, it's a wrap. I'm gonna have to go home and be like, well, I'll take it again next time. But to hear the instructor go, congratulations, you passed, like I was like crying in the elevator. There was no other feeling like it, just to have that weight off your shoulders and to know that this wasn't at a waste. Like, it was beautiful. It was a crazy day.
Like a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I didn't drive all the way out to Costa Mesa every day, work afterwards, then come home, do like 2 or 3 haircuts, go to sleep at 2, wake up at 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, then do it all over again just for nothing and everything like that. So to really get that was just like, wow, like, God is good. Like, this is where it's at.
Okay. Was the written exam hard? Or was I mean, I know you passed, but I mean, your perspective, how do you feel?
It was hard because I don't know why, but mine just kept on talking a lot about facials. And I was like, what? Like, I know haircuts, I know like the disinfectant stuff and everything like that, but to like totally throw a curveball, it really made me like realize how much I didn't like study as intentional as I should have. But it wasn't as bad. I know cosmetologists have to do 100 questions compared to barbers only doing 50. So I was like, thank God for that, because if it was 100, who knows? But yeah, it was hard.
Okay, and the practical, pretty straightforward.
Yeah, you know what? The practical was cool. Yeah. It was literally just like your haircut, your shave, you can go to the woman's section and everything like that. It was all really straightforward with the practicum. You just can't make sure. If you look at someone and you're like, dang, like, am I doing that right? Like, hold on, like, let me try to fix it up real quick, and then you just start doubting yourself, and there we go.
Okay, so after all that hard work, school, passing state board, did you feel confident making the transition from school into the barbershop you're in now?
You know what? It took some time. It took some time to really get comfortable with yourself and with your skills, and like there's like as soon as you step into a barbershop, like, man, like, those dudes they know their routine, they know the clientele, and you're just this fish out of water. Like, oh my God. Like, it helped me a lot, because at my first shop, one of the boys from barber school, Max, he actually hit me up like, hey, our shop owner, he's on his honeymoon, just come kick it with us, come get the walk-ins or whatever. So to know I was going to a shop with at least one homie helped out so much. And then gradually just keep on getting more comfortable, better. It was like, now I could just cut it by myself, and it's cool.
What was your first haircut experience like, having your barber's license?
You know what? It was cool. It definitely wasn't bad. That first haircut was a little nervous, but then you're like, I've been doing this already. So it's like, it doesn't make a difference at the school, in the barbershop. This is what we're here to do. So it was good.
Did you take a picture with them? Did you tell them that they were your first one out of school?
Fake it till you make it. I can't. So if someone asks me how long I've been cutting, saying 3 years, I'll tell them 4 years. Like, you know what I mean? This is your first haircut? No, this is my 56th haircut. Like, yeah, whatever makes them more comfortable. I have to be aware of that.
Do you conversate, or you just go straight to haircutting, or does it just depend on who you have in your chair? You just kind of feel them out. How does that?
I think as a barber, we have to be well aware of their body language, of their posture, of their moods and everything like that, and then we can assert it. But to look at someone in my chair just as a $40 haircut, or just like as a money sign, that's just a waste of time. Like, I didn't come into barbering expecting like, oh, I'm paid out fat, cash every day. Like, I'm sincerely having a mini little podcast each time someone sits in my chair. I get to learn about them. I get to learn about their kids. I get to learn about their work life. I get to learn about stuff that they're going through and everything like that. So to really just gain friends, to really just do life with a bunch of people that I've never even met, it's beautiful. It's something that I definitely don't take for granted. Yeah.
Okay. What's the weirdest request or interaction that you've had with a client? Or not even client, just maybe just a walk-in, or
weirdest interaction
or request, or
yeah,
crazy haircut requests.
You know what? I remember back in school, there was this gentleman. He was a soccer player, and he was just atypical, stereotypical soccer kind of haircut. I remember it was like shaved all the way up to here, but faded here, but then like a mohawk in the back, like so much different crazy stuff to where I was so confused. I was like, hey dude, whatever you say, I'll just keep on rocking it like that. Like, that's cool.
All right. So tell me how it's working, what it's like working with other barbers. Do you sense any competition?
I think there's always some kind of friendly competition.
Okay, yeah, good as long as it's friendly.
Exactly. Yeah, and this is like the biggest barbershop I've worked at. So we have 12 chairs in here, and I remember going in here, I was like, that's 12 different egos. You have to be so conscious of that. You just have to like not step on anybody's toes, but you just do your thing. But in here, we have definitely built a friendly family environment. So where afterwards, even after a long day of haircutting, we'll still be here kicking it, watching the UFC fights, maybe pass around like a beer or two. Like we'll just hang out to where it's not just like whoever has the biggest chest and whoever has the cleanest haircut, like rules are yard. Like we're all generally friends here, and we're all here to build one another up. Of course, there's always some smack talking every now and again, like, but it's fun though. Like it's nothing to where it's like you calling out your mama or nothing like that. So it's definitely a cool space.
Okay. You guys have like haircut challenges? Any fades? We can do like the freshest fades, like maybe after work.
Nah, no. Yeah, no. Ever since I've been here, we never had like the fastest like fade competitions or anything like that. Whoever can do like the craziest stuff. Like no, like everyone's just here to do their thing inside their chair, and then afterwards it's like, okay, cool, let's just kick it. Like we're here from usually like 9 to 6, like sometimes even later, and so it's like we don't care about that stuff. We're just here to do our thing.
Okay, so what about the walk-ins? How do you guys deviate the walk-in clients that come in? Is it like an order of seniority, or the new guys, new female barbers? How does that work?
It usually, so the people who have been here longer, obviously, we have a more established clientele. We're usually pretty steady. And then when it comes to walk-ins, it's mostly like first come, first serve. So whoever steps in this door first, okay, cool, they're on that top list and everything like that. So if that person's if someone's running in always like 5-10 minutes late into work, like you just let you know you're gonna be on like last on the pecking order, just in case like you do or don't have walk-ins. So yeah, it's usually just like whoever's open, whoever comes in first. Who was it? Closed mouth can't eat, so you gotta come in hungry.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is very true. Okay, so in your eyes, tell me about the walk-ins versus appointments. What do you prefer?
I like appointments just to know what my day looks like. Because I hate having people wait on me. I hate having even to like wait on people. So I want to know that by this time I'll be done with my client. Of course, stuff happens all the time. Of course, I have to give grace. A lot of my clients give me grace and everything like that, which is cool. But I don't want to waste anyone's time. I don't want to have my time wasted. So to know that people can come in and come out, like that gives me a ease, a calm of mind.
Okay, what about canceled appointments? Do you charge a penalty or a fee for?
You know what? We don't. With me, as long as you let me know, like maybe an hour in advance, I really don't care. Like that's cool. Like just in case that walk-in spot does open up, okay, cool. Like that's fine with me. But when it comes to like no call, no shows, it does. It sucks. It sucks to like, dang, you can't even give me a what's up. Like, hey, I can't come in. Like that's cool. Like common courtesy and everything like that. I wouldn't like tell you guys, okay, cool. Like let's go do this today, and then be like, oh hey, like I'm just not gonna show up to the shop. You guys just come to an empty shop. Like what? Like what's going on? So yeah, it's just common courtesy. Yeah.
Oh yeah. The price setting. So when you got out of school into your first barber shop, what were your prices like?
Walk-ins were 30, appointments were 27. When I first got here, it was 30, but then it jumped up to 40. So, yeah.
Was it hard to try to set a price based on what you thought that, like, the value of your haircuts were? Because I know to some people it's frustrating. You know, it's like, how much should I charge? Like, psychologically, you might not think you're there yet, but others see your work is at that level to charge maybe 40, 50, or 30, whatever.
Yeah.
So, how was it for you?
It's nervous. Like especially like people who like I've known since kindergarten. Like charging them like like $40 for a haircut, like it does play in your psyche a little bit. Like dang, like or like some people it's like, man, like this dude just gets a two all over and just lined up. Like I'm charging $40 right now, but I how I look at it is if I'm gonna charge a $40 haircut, I'm gonna give you a $50 haircut. Okay. If I'm gonna give you a $30 haircut, I'm gonna give you a $40 haircut. I'm always gonna be upping my experience, upping my tools, upping my craft, so that way, even when those price jumps do happen, you're like, oh, this isn't it already? Like, I'm gonna give you so much more than what you're already paying for. So, and like now it's like, it's cool. I don't expect to like, obviously like tips are like never expected, because if I'm asking for how much I'm worth, I don't care about tip. Like at the end of the day, like I know what I'm worth. I know at least what I'm worth. So if you want to give me extra, hey, that's cool with me. But yeah, like that stuff, I don't mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your moneymaker haircut? Go-to haircut?
Ooh. I would probably say right now, any kind of taper, any kind of mullet. Those things are like, with fades, it's cool. They're fun. They definitely take a little longer, and to have to worry about the whole head compared to tapers, you're literally just worrying about your sides and your back. So it's a lot like less concentrated. But even too, since it has a little bit more weight on the sides, you can have more fun with like the contour of the head and like to like let it flow from the top. So it's like, it's cool. I feel like I have more room to play with.
Your favorite clippers?
Ooh.
I know a lot of people are gonna want to know. Favorite trimmers and favorite clippers?
Yeah. Favorite clippers. I've messed around with a lot. The Magic Clips, of course, your seniors, corded, the Masters, any kind. But I've fell in love with the Babyliss, the FXs. Those things are just beautiful, especially with the blades, how swiveled they are, how easy it is to cut. Like I fell in love with Babyliss with their clipper. With their trimmers, they're cool, but I'll use those to bald out. But when it comes to like lining them up, I've been using that new Andis, the GTX, the black one, wireless. That thing is just
like
it's
butter.
money.
Like
it's
butter.
cool. Yeah, like butter. Yeah.
Okay, wireless versus corded.
Wireless all day.
Wireless all day?
I can't, because even too, like for me, I might be a neat freak, but to see all those cords everywhere, my mind goes insane. They get all tangled, so you gotta get those corded things on Amazon, then you have to wrap it all up. They still get tangled. I don't even want to mess with all that. I just want to have my clipper and not have to worry about nothing else.
But some do say it is more power with the cord, though.
It is more powerful, but then invest in a good wireless metal guard or metal clipper. So that's why I use like my Andis, like the metal detachables, and that thing's it's a lawnmower. So I don't even got to trip on that.
So wireless all day.
Wireless all day. Wireless all day.
Wireless forever.
Yeah.
When you started out in school, did you guys have did you use the corded equipment, or was it just all wireless? Or
it was corded. I definitely couldn't afford like my dope setup and everything like that. So whatever came through, hey, I was grateful for that.
What enhancements versus natural? Do you use enhancements, or you just go the natural way?
I don't do it for every haircut. I have to understand that who am I talking? What kind of hair is it, and what are they like actually like looking for? I'm not gonna like put some heavy enhancements into like a businessman who's about to like go into a meeting. Like that just doesn't seem right. But if there's like some like teenager, young adult, something like that, you know, they're like having fun, I usually ask them like, hey, you gonna take a shower and like after this? And they're usually like, yeah. Like, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, is it cool if I just spray this little on? It's gonna wipe off and everything. Like, it's cool. Like, yeah, okay, sure, yeah. So for me, it's just for fun. I don't use it for every haircut, but you know, if you just want to add a little something, it's like, why not?
Okay. You have what's your barber gear? As far as like smocks, you use gloves. What's your setup?
Gotta use your apron. Always gotta use an apron. With gloves, I have to at least put it on my cutting hand, because those
finger splinters.
Those hair splinters.
Or hair splinters.
Yeah.
I said finger splinters. Edit that out.
Yeah.
But
those hair splinters, man, they're no joke. They get to me. You gotta like sit in your car afterwards with like the little
tweezers.
thingy, yeah, with the tweezers, and you're just like, geez, man, like definitely gloves and Other than that, yeah, I usually like with my aprons and my capes and everything like that. It's all from Illusion. It's thick, it's comfortable, and it's cool with me. So it's like, okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, just elaborate on the finger or the hair splinters. I was talking to a barber instructor, and she told me that she had a student one time had a hair splinter that got stuck. Now he didn't think anything of it,
Right.
And it was like a week later they were about to amputate like his finger, the tip of it, because it infected it. So yeah, those gloves are very important.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Like those things just hurt, man. Like even too, like you get so comfortable with hair where like sometimes like as gross as it sounds, I'll find some in my teeth. I'll find some like close to my eye and everything like that. Like even when I do laundry, as I'm like folding clothes, I just wash this sweatshirt and then there's already hair in it. Like it's just the way it is. But to try to eliminate hair splinters as much as possible, keep yourself clean, keep all your stuff clean, like it goes a long way, 100%.
Absolutely. What are some of your favorite products as far as hair creams, hair gels?
Lately, I've been messing a lot with Uppercut, the brand Uppercut. They have a really soft matte pomade, and for me, my style of barbering is more like loose, more free. Like personally for me, when I have long hair, I want to like be able to touch and mess with my hair, but yet still have like a good hold. And so I usually like go for more of the matte side. Uppercut has a great one. Before blow drying clients, I'll spray in some sea salt spray to really get a good foundation. It's not going to keep the hair the way it is, but it's going to have a great foundation. So that way when you put your matte pomade in, it's smooth and ready to go. Or if that person's just crazy out of control, then we'll definitely throw in some of their styling powder. So that way it's cool. It's like rock star kind of vibe.
Rock star.
Yeah.
Do you is it extras for a hair dryer?
No.
Blowing the hair?
Oh, no. It comes with everything. Yeah. So I'll touch up your ears. We'll style you and everything like that. Like all that's included.
Okay. Do you ever try the mask? Use the black mask?
You know what? Not really. Okay. I remember like I used to, but then like, especially here, I would love like to be more of like a full setup. So like instead of just giving you a haircut and a black mask, like I want to be able to give you like all those and then like a washout, like have all those things accessible. So until we get like the proper like everything for it, or even like those big like steamers, like yeah, I'd rather like give you a full service instead of just like half-assing it or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
COVID in the barber shop. What was that like? Were you guys cutting during the pandemic?
Yeah, man. It was crazy. It was crazy for everybody. When the pandemic first happened, I was out in Marietta, and it was hard. They kept on closing down for a little bit. I would have to be out there for a week, drive all the way out here for another week, and cut up clients at their houses. They would come to my house and everything like that. Like wherever it was, like I was there. And luckily for this shop, they just kept on fighting, just kept on trying to stay open. I mean, we're all here trying to make it, trying to keep afloat, and to see someone, the owner Edgar, with a vision of how we're gonna guide this ship through such a crazy pandemic. I mean, we're still wiping down every chair. If clients like need us to wear a mask, I'm more than happy to accommodate that. I want everyone to feel as safe and as secure as possible. So to make sure that everyone's cool, like it was stressful, but to be in the borderline of like Orange County in Los Angeles, I remember during the pandemic, we were having people come down from the valley, people from Redondo Beach, like people from all over the place just trying to get a cut. So it was cool that God definitely blessed us with like a secure place, and we were able to just like to serve, to help people out. Everyone needed a cut still, so yeah, I'm glad that now it's kind of getting clearer.
How were the tips though during the pandemic? Extra? Did everybody?
You know what? I think that really didn't change. Like, it was crazy. I think for the people who just started coming out of the house, like even after a year and a half that the pandemic happened, some people were just barely getting out of the house, or like some people were like, yeah, I haven't been to a barbershop ever since 2019 or something like that. And so usually that first one was like they knew they had a lot of hair, so they would hook it up. But like it wasn't too much different. Yeah.
Okay. Did you go to any of the barber shows?
No,
The
I haven't
expos?
yet. Haven't yet, but I
Not
want
yet.
to though. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they have those are especially like the LA Barber Expo.
Oh.
Yeah, those are pretty nice. They have a lot of events, contests out there. So
Yeah.
definitely pretty nice.
Okay. Cool.
Let me see. Branding. Do you have anything branded
Specifically
or
my own brand.
or
No.
plan to brand anything in the future?
I would love to. Yeah, 100%. I think um, I haven't been worried about too much of that. I'm just like right now focused on the quality of everything that I'm doing, and now it's like, okay, like how can I present myself the best way possible? Whether it's through like Instagram, Facebook, sometimes even Snapchat. Of course, like when people walk in, I just don't want to be like looking like a bum. Like
Nah.
so presenting myself the best way possible, and then when I feel in a space to really elaborate on that, then we'll definitely start looking into branding, clothing, any kind of thing like that.
All right. So what's your views on being a barber dealing with cash versus like having a traditional 9 to 5 job with benefits? Since you've been in both sides.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that?
You know what? It's funny. Everybody wants to get out of a 9 to 5 job, but then you're working 24 hours a day. There's not a. I'll wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and I see someone book, cancel an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it's and it's fun. It's cool. It definitely keeps me on my toes. But we also have to be aware that there isn't a retirement fund. There isn't benefits and everything like that. So for your first few years, like it's cash. It's exciting. It's cool. But then we really have to take into consideration, okay, what is this going to look like in the long haul? How am I going to pay for these things? How am I really going to set these things out? I know 2 things are certain: death and paying your taxes. So instead of trying to hide from the IRS all day, hey, I'd rather just be upfront to be like, okay, cool, that's something I definitely don't have to worry about. So just be real about it.
Any advice for saving money? Because like we just talked about, cash is king, and you could cut all day, make $300-400, and then blow it, knowing the next day. That's what some barbers do.
Yeah.
Knowing the next day that you could make another $300-400 in the next day. So it's just like a continuing domino effect. But
Yeah.
you have any advice for anybody to like save money? Any up and coming barbers, even seasoned barbers, veteran barbers?
Yeah, I would say be aware of how much you're actually spending. Because I'll just look at my appointment and be like, okay, cool, I kind of made that much. But you're not counting your tips, you're not counting paying for booth rent or anything like that. So it's more of like a blissful like ignorance when it comes to that stuff. But be like actually write down how much am I actually, how much am I actually getting per haircut, per day. Subtract whether you're on commission. If you're on commission, you don't even got to worry about booth rent, so you're cool. But like count all that stuff and then really just like be smart with your money. I mean, it's the same thing with like a regular 9 to 5. If I'm out spending more than I am making, then you're gonna be cutting hair until you're an old person. So that's not my goal. You definitely got to be smarter than that. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. What any advice given to you as a barber? Best advice given from a veteran, or
Ooh.
any words of wisdom?
You know what? I don't know. I think looking at having a lot of time to see people, how they work, veterans in the game, to see how they work. I've always picked up on every barber is an individual. They're not here trying to portray something that they're not. They're not trying to talk like something that they're not. They're giving their personal true self. And I think as people, we admire that, we appreciate that. And so to see that I don't have to come in here fake. I don't have to come in here pretending like I'm some like barber extraordinaire or some like whoever the case may be. I get to come in as the person that I'm true to, the person that I've always been. And people rock with that or they don't. And if they don't, there's 7 billion people on the planet. Like there's plenty of hair to go around. Like to see everyone just being their true self, that's something to where I've taken to heart and something that I practice.
Okay, I like that answer. I like that answer.
Yeah.
We're Where's the barber industry going, in your view? Where can you see it going down the line? 5, 10 years, 15 years?
It's so easy now to pick up a pair of clippers, to go on YouTube and everything like that. Maybe this is something to where, like, now stepping into the barber world, I actually get to see how easy it is. But that person who's just trying it out, next thing you know, they have a full clientele, never pursue their license, nothing like that, just in their home cutting. And it's cool to see that. But at the same time, all my barber instructors were like very aware of, like, keep barbering true, keep barbering the way it's supposed to be. Go get your license. Don't be lazy. like do that. Don't be a jerk to people. Don't look at people like dollar signs. Like, I feel like now it's become so self-centered of, like, oh, look at me, I'm the dope barber. I'm the dope barber doing this and doing that. Like, but at the end of the day, like, I'm here to make people look good. I'm here to make people feel confident, walk out the shop knowing that they just got a great service, a great experience, and they feel the best way possible. So I see more with, I mean, of course, with social media and everything like that, it's a lot more self-centered, but hopefully we can start bringing it back on the people, because that's what it's all about. Without people, we would all just be in here playing with our thumbs and everything like that, just staring at each other. So.
Yeah. All right. So, do you plan on opening up a shop?
Ooh, you know what? Being close with the owner here, or even like with most of my owners, I was pretty close with. So to see the struggles of having people to account for and everything like that, I see that. I admire them for sticking with their guns and doing it. For me, I love the freedom. So I admire more like opening up a studio and like coming in whenever I need to, leaving whenever I need to, not have to worry about counting on someone else. Mm-hmm. But at the same time too, like, it's also like a beautiful thing to see someone open up a shop and then it gets so established to where I have a dope manager that I trust, to where I'm like, okay, cool, I don't even have to be in the shop anymore. I don't have to cut any hair anymore. So I battle with the two consistently, but hopefully one day it would be cool to take some people under my wings after more years of experience and give them what it truly means to like be a barber.
Oh yeah, definitely sounds like you're motivated, and yeah, we hope that works out. You know, pursuing your dreams and all that. All right, so here's the last question. The question we're here for. So why do you stay busy cutting?
Why do I stay busy cutting? I love it. I love it, man. Like, seriously. I'm just here. I don't have to be in the sun, pouring out some concrete, leveling streets. I don't have to be carrying something heavy on my back all day, come home with back pain, sleep for 24 hours. I get to cut. I don't even look at cutting hair. I just get to talk to people all day. I love it so much to where it's like I don't have to be confined. I don't have to, like, I get to wear whatever I want. I get to talk however I want. I get to talk to whoever I want to talk to. But for the most part, it's like, dude, we're just having fun here. We're just here relaxing. Like, I love this energy so much to where I haven't, like, when do you get tired of people? I know I haven't. I know I definitely won't for a long time. So I just love what barbering has brought me. It's just an add-on that I get to make that person feel comfortable, confident, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We like that answer. We like that answer. Well,
yeah.
Mateo, we appreciate you coming to Busy Cutting experience and telling your journey and your experiences. And pretty much right now it's a wrap. And then later on we'll be going to check out his dope haircut he'll be doing.
Cool. Sounds good, man. Appreciate you. Yes, sir.
I wake up, flex, I'm down now.